Alright guys, so we got a volume of a sphere and cone type question. This is June 2022, paper 2, question 17. Again, it's a 4-marker, so quite a few marks to be gained here. So yeah, let's just dig in. Alright, so solid cone is joined to a solid hemisphere to make the solid T shown below. So solid T is this whole thing. Alright, the diameter of the base of the cone is 7, so that's that here. Diameter of the hemisphere, 7, so they're essentially joined on each other, they've got the same circular surface area. The total volume of T is 120 pi centimeters cubed. The total height of T is y centimeters, so that's the total height. Calculate the value of y. Give your answers to correct to 3 significant figures. So you'll be given this in the exam, volume of the sphere and volume of a cone. The way to answer this question is to calculate your own formula. I'll just add in a couple guiding sort of markings to help us out. So that there is height h. Okay, so there are a couple unknowns here. There's h and there's y. We know r. R would be that. That's r. Obviously the radius is half the diameter, so r is equal to 3.5 centimeters. So we got this knowledge in hand. Alright, so what are we told? We're told that the volume of T is 120 centimeters cubed. Now what is T? Let's write our own equation out. So the volume of T is equal to volume of cone, which is there, plus the volume of one half the sphere. Alright, so volume of the cone plus volume of one half the sphere. Okay, so we're given that volume of T is equal to 120 pi. It's equal to the volume of the cone, which is given the formula here, 1/3 pi r squared h, plus volume of half the sphere, which is 1/2 multiplied by 4/3 pi r cubed. Now sub in everything that we know. We know r squared is 3.5, so that's 3.5 squared over 3 times pi h plus 1/2 times 4/3 is 4/6, so 4 over 6, that's 4 times 3.5 cubed pi. Okay, put that center, yeah. Okay, that's equal to 120 pi. Now we divide pi by all sides, so divide by pi left hand side, divide by pi right hand side. So you just cancel all pi's. Now you got 120, so you got 3.5 squared for 3. Now we could use calculate paper, so we can just calculate that. And I always recommend, the question is asking to give it to 3 significant figures. It's always advisable to leave your answers in the exact form up until the end, and then only at the end you turn it into 3 significant figures. So if you can, leave your answer in a fraction as long as possible. Okay, so 3.5 squared over 3, if you put it in the calculator, that becomes 49 over 12. Now 4 times 3.5 cubed all over 6. That becomes 343 over 12. Alright, so we take away 343 over 12 from both sides to try and find out h. So that's 120 minus 343 over 12. That's equal to 1097 over 12. And then to find h, so that's equal to 49 over 12. Find h is equal to 097 over 12 times by 12 over 49. Okay. So you find h is equal to 1097 over 49. Now, again, leave it in that form for now. Okay, so we got h is equal to 1097 over 49. So we have found this height, but we need to find this height. Now if you think about it, that's the radius here. The radius of a circle extends in all directions and it's all equal. And in a sphere, it extends everywhere in a three-dimensional plane. So if that's the point, that's the center here, that's the same distance, that's the same distance, that's the same distance. So we're interested in that distance because this distance plus h is equal to y. So this is r as well. So y is equal to r plus h. Y is equal to 3.5 centimeters plus 1097 over 49 centimeters. Y is equal to 3.5 plus 22.387. Leave it to 3 dB for now. So y is equal to that plus, so you get 25.888. The question asked the three significant figures. So that's 1, 2, 3. When you're considering up to this point, remember to do significant figures, you sort of round the last number. 25.9. Okay. Alright guys, just to recap what we've done for the question 17. Solid cone is joined to a solid hemisphere to make solid T shown below. So this cone is joined to that to make this whole structure, which is called T. Right, diameter of the base of the cone is 7. So that whole thing is 7 as labeled. Diameter of the hemisphere is 7, so the cone is basically joined on the hemisphere. Total volume is 120 pi, total height is T. Total height of T is y, so that's total height. Find y. Give your answer to three significant figures. Okay, so what we've done here, we tried to find unknowns. So the question's giving you volume of a sphere, volume of a cone, so it's not going to give you that if you don't need to use it. So the volume of T is 120 pi, so we formed a formula to say that the volume of this whole thing is equal to the volume of that cone plus the volume of that hemisphere. Okay, volume of T, volume of cone plus volume of the hemisphere, or volume of half the sphere. Remember to put in that half. A lot of students can get tricked by just putting that whole formula. So the formula is 120 pi plus 1/3 pi r squared h, that's from here, plus half of 4 pi r cubed, that's from here. Okay, so you plug in the values that r is equal to 3.5 because that's half of the diameter. Diameter is 7 given in the question. Alright, so plug in r is 3.5 and simplify down until you find h. You find h to be that value. Now I always say leave your value in exact form as long as you can, and then at the end then you put it to three significant figures. So h is equal to that, and y, remember it's asking us to find y is equal to h plus r, because r is the same radius as that of the hemisphere. The hemisphere extends downwards to the lowest point there. So the formula that we found, equation here, y equals r plus h, y is equal to 3.5, which is r plus h, we found to be that. Simplifying it further down, and I've sort of left it to 3 decimal places up until the final point in the question, where we leave it as 3 significant figures as asked in the initial question. Leave your answer to 3 significant figures. So that's our final answer, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.